Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second edition of Wrestling Commentaries with CS. I'm back again, and right now it's 2 a.m. And you guys are probably wondering, why in the fuck am I up this late? Well, I'll tell you the truth, I'm a bit of a night owl. I don't sleep very well at night, I really don't. So yeah, I just kind of stay up because I can't really sleep. So yeah, and I got work at 10 a.m. this morning, but drink a little coffee, get something good to eat, and I'll be good, ready to go to not only go to work, but also do well and complete my shift. But yeah, that's how I roll. So yeah, we're here for the second commentary, and to those of you who watch my main channel videos, I have a recent upload on there. I uploaded yesterday. It was called Who Are My Real Friends, and I hope you guys liked the video. But I have to apologize for the audio and the video not syncing together. Yeah, I mean, I apologize for the technical error there. Hopefully it won't happen again. I think I know what the problem is, so hopefully on the next upload there won't be a issue. But yeah, I apologize for the technical error, and hopefully that will be fixed for the next upload. But anyhow, yeah, I got a lot of positive feedback from the last commentary that I did about the possibility of a Stone Cold Steve Austin John Cena match for next year's WrestleMania. I decided, well, maybe this will become a regular thing. If you guys want to hear me talk about wrestling stuff, then maybe I should do more videos, more commentaries. So here we go. Today's discussion on this commentary is about CM Punk. Now, over the last month, well, going on 2 months really, CM Punk has not been on WWE programming. He hasn't been on Raw, SmackDown. He wasn't at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And yeah, CM Punk reportedly walked out on the company after the Royal Rumble pay-per-view in January. And there's been countless reports and confusion out there that's related to him being unhappy with the creative direction, him being injured, and simply needing the time off, and this and that and the other thing. So we're not really for sure what the real story is regarding CM Punk's WWE status. Is he really angry with the company, or is he just is this an angle? Is this a work? Is this a storyline? Are they playing us? It seems to me like it's a very real situation. I mean, I could see Punk being unhappy with the creative direction. I could see him wanting time off to, so that he can heal his body. Because Punk's taken a lot of abuse over the past couple years, and it's taking a toll on its body. Because when you're in the professional wrestling business and you're wrestling night after night, it takes a toll on you, and not only the actual in-ring, matches, just the travel. The travel wears on you too, because these guys are traveling night after night from city to city to put on a show for the fans. The travel wears on you too. So yeah, I definitely sympathize with Punk about being sick of being on the road. and he's actually tweeted that he was sick of being on the road. Now, CM Punk is scheduled to make a television appearance on tomorrow night's The Talking Dead, which is the after show program to AMC's hit show The Walking Dead. He'll be appearing on The Talking Dead, and it'll be interesting to see what he has to say on there. I mean, if they ask him about his WWE status. I mean, I don't think they will ask him, and I don't think they will introduce him as being a WWE superstar. I think they'll just say, like, oh, here is professional wrestler CM Punk, or something like that. There's been rumors started up about him going into the MMA realm, and the thing about him going to compete in the UFC or mixed martial arts, Punk has background in that. He knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff like that. I'm not saying that he wouldn't succeed, but that takes a lot of training, a lot of dedication, and a lot of honing your craft, because mixed martial arts fighters are some of the most physically fit people in the world. You see these guys at their weigh-ins and they look jacked, they got six-pack abs and they look in shape and they look strong. And yeah, it takes a lot of conditioning and training to not only look that way, but also to be in fighting shape. But I'm not saying CM Punk wouldn't succeed in MMA. I'm just saying it takes a lot of dedication and time. And it's a question of whether or not CM Punk wants to put in the time and the effort to do MMA. Do I think he's going to return to WWE? I would say at this point, anything's possible. You never say never in the professional wrestling business. So many guys have walked away from WWE and returned. Look at Brock Lesnar. He quit WWE, tried out for the Minnesota Vikings, didn't make the team, got cut, and then he went to the UFC. He became a top talent there. He was the UFC heavyweight champion. Then he retired, and then he came back to WWE. And look where he's at now. He's going to be competing at WrestleMania 30 against The Undertaker. So yeah, anything's possible. Yeah, man, look at Bret Hart. The most unlikely person to ever return to WWE did. Bret Hart returned, many years after the Montreal Screwjob. He got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then he worked the program with Vince at WrestleMania, was it 24 or 25? I can't remember when. I want to say it's 25, but yeah, I think it was WrestleMania 25 when he did the program with Vince. But yeah, so and look at Batista. He was gone for 4 years, and then he came back, and now he's in the main event of WrestleMania 30. So anything's possible in the wrestling business. You never say never, and because you never know, you could be back at any point in time, especially if you put in the time that CM Punk has into WWE and into the business itself. Punk has dedicated most of his life to pro wrestling. And CM Punk, he's very good at what he does. He's very talented, charismatic, great mic worker, great in-ring worker. He's just awesome. And CM Punk's been frustrated the last couple of years. We dealt with this situation the last time around back in 2011 when his contract was about to be up, and you know, he was kind of iffy about re-signing. You know, he was done. He felt like he was done. He wanted to walk away, and then they started pushing him, and then they had him go over at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that year against John Cena to win the WWE title, and then he re-signed with WWE, and here we go. We're literally back in the same situation, except it's less kayfabed, or so we're led to believe. I think if it's because of creative differences, I can sympathize with CM Punk as a, you know, because as a fan, I am not interested in the current WWE product as a whole. I'm just not. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, there's some guys in the WWE that I like and are fans of, such as CM Punk, such as Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler. You know, I can go on, but yeah, I mean, I just don't like the direction. You know, I mean, yeah, I will give them credit where credit's due. They're trying different things. They're trying to push new talent. They're trying, you know, but I don't think they're trying hard enough, because you still got the same guys in the spotlight, such as John Cena and Randy Orton, and now you got Batista in there, who's an old talent. Batista's almost 50 years old, for crying out loud. I mean, why are you wasting so much time and effort into a guy who's almost 50, when you could be pushing a guy like Seth Rollins, who's still in his 20s, and Jon Moxley, who's still young? And I've been hearing that Roman Reigns is going to be, you know, the next guy that they're going to be grooming into a top star. So I would say look out for Roman Reigns to ascend into the main event scene in the very near future. Now, but back on the CM Punk topic, yeah, I can sympathize with him there. It was rumored that he was going to have a match with Triple H this year at WrestleMania, and obviously that's not going to take place now, because you know, they have Daniel Bryan going up against Triple H, and yeah, so yeah, I can sympathize with him there if he didn't like that match. And then, but if it's also because he's hurt and that he needs time to heal and stuff of that nature, you know, that's understandable too. You know, I mean, this is a really physical business. I mean, Kurt Angle, when he was close to the end of his run, he asked for, you know, a release in his contract, and, you know, Vince said, no, we need you. Well, no, it wasn't a release. He was asking for time off, and Vince said no. And that pissed off Kurt Angle. And that led to Kurt eventually getting released by WWE, and then he went on to TNA. So, yeah, I mean, these guys are on the road for most of the year. You know, they don't spend time with family or friends or anything like that, because they're mostly dedicated to WWE. And, you know, it's a shame that, you know, the wrestlers don't have more of a life outside of the business, I should say. But it's the profession they're in, and they have to make sacrifices like that in order to make it anywhere. You know, look at John Cena. You know, he spends most of his time in the business than he does outside of it. You know, I think the wrestlers need to have downtime, you know, because these guys end up getting consumed by their profession. And then that leads to drug use, alcohol abuse, and stuff of that nature, you know. And Punk, you know, I mean, I don't think he would ever dabble into that because of his straight edge lifestyle, which I completely respect. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I think it's taking its toll on him for sure. And I think if you go back even further to his interview with Ariel Helwani before the Royal Rumble, it seemed like Punk was a little enthused about his WWE status because Ariel Helwani asked him about his contract coming up. You know, his contract officially expires in June or July, I can't remember, but he asked if Punk was going to resign, and he said, "Oh, I don't know." Yeah, so yeah, I mean, so Punk was up in the air about his status even before this recent incident. So it looks like he's been unhappy for a while, you know. And they asked him about Batista coming back, and he was kind of enthusiastic about that. And then they asked him about the New Age Outlaws, and he was kind of enthusiastic about that too. So yeah, I can definitely sympathize with CM Punk about how he feels about things that's going on in WWE. You know, he's probably thinking, oh, look at this fucking bullshit. Batista's coming back. Oh, fucking New Age Outlaws are back, and you know, here comes all the old fucks, and you know, this is not what I like. You know, I'd rather be working a match with Daniel Bryan right now. You know, I mean, this is not what people want to see. And this is no disrespect intended to Batista or the New Age Outlaws. You know, I mean, because you know, I mean, the New Age Outlaws. I loved them in the Attitude Era. You know, I thought they were a great tag team, pretty entertaining duo. But that's just it. I like them in the Attitude Era. I don't like them now. You know, I think they just need to be good in their backstage roles, and that's it. You know, they don't need to be in the ring. They don't need to be the tag team champions or any of that shit. You know, and you know, when I heard that they won the tag team titles, I kind of cringed. You know, I mean, come on now. But you know, it's WWE. You know, what can you do? You know, Undertaker still comes back year after year, and Triple H has to have his annual match, and yeah, they just bring back everyone they can from the past, you know? And that's just my main gripe about them, is that they keep clinging to the past. Well, the Attitude Era is long gone. It's dead. You know, and you guys just keep bringing back the guys from that era. I mean, give it a rest. And plus, you know, guys walk away and then they keep coming back like they never left. Like Shawn Michaels, you know, he retired after his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26, but it feels like he's still here. You know, he's still active. I mean, because when he was the guest referee for the WrestleMania 28 match with him and with Undertaker and Triple H, and like he was doing super kicks and shit like that. I mean, I felt like it was a triple threat match. You know, I seriously felt like it was a triple threat match. I mean, give it a rest, you know. And Edge, makes a return every once in a while. I mean, he can't do nothing because, you know, he's all fucked up, you know, his neck and stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure that guy has a hard time waking up some days, you know, because of all the abuse his body has sustained over the years. And, you know, Edge, you know, he was kind of pushing it over the last several years of his career with his neck and stuff like that. And it's a good thing that they told him he had to retire because, you know, it could have paralyzed him or killed him, you know. So, yeah, I mean, these guys got to learn when their time is up, when their body has approached its limit. And I think see it for CM Punk. I think his limit is approaching. I mean, he could have, you know, 1 to 2 good years left, and he could be done. But I think, you know, if WWE wanted to get its maximum use out of CM Punk, they would let him work a lighter schedule. And that's just me. But do I think CM Punk is coming back anytime soon? No. Could he possibly come back? I don't know, in a year from now, possibly. Do I think he'll end up in competing in MMA? Anything's possible. Do I think he'll retire? I think that's pretty possible as well. Because CM Punk, he's talked about retirement for a couple years now, and I think a fan asked him on Twitter about when he's going to retire, and he said, "Well, if I said it, then people would be pretty depressed." So yeah, I think CM Punk's been thinking about hanging it up for a long time now, and I think that maybe it's coming a little sooner than he expected. Maybe he just lost his passion for professional wrestling, and maybe WWE has killed it for him. I don't know. And then, like I said again, this could all be a big work. This could be a big angle that they're doing. I don't know, but we'll just have to see. But anyhow, that's my thoughts on CM Punk and his current WWE status. If you guys have any thoughts, feedback, suggestions, comments, questions, feel free to leave them. And if you have any ideas on something else for me to talk about, just go ahead and leave it for me, and I'll get back with you on it. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for me, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at tweetsofcs. That's my Twitter account, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you choose. And I rap as well. I have a Bandcamp page that you can go to and listen to my music. I have a new mixtape that's going to be dropping in the spring, and I'll be releasing some material from that here in the very near future. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And that's going to do it for the second commentary. I thank you guys for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. And just like Steve Austin says on the Steve Austin Show podcast, I'm signing out, and I'll catch your ass down the road.